A lot of these early wonders, Stonehenge, Temple of Artemis, Mausoleum of Helicarnassus, none of them are all that bad. In fact, Mausoleum is pretty okay. I have actually got marble. It says each source of marble produces 2 gold, each source of stone produces 2 gold. I've got a marble and a stone.
Nice.
I haven't bought it. I haven't upgraded it to a quarry because it's actually on a desert. I didn't realise. I chose the wrong pantheon, incidentally. I should have got the +4 faith, but well, we can't take these backsies in a multiplayer game. It's too much stuff happens. You have to make snap decisions, and you have to live with them. It's not good to lament your choices. But yeah, so I'm in a what's my scout doing in a sea of barbarians?
Oh my god!
I thought I told him to come over here and steal the worker, but that never works.
Nah.
So I'm going to shoot this thing down to 1.
And then you can move into it.
What I'll do next turn is I'll move 1 forward and then I'll shoot it. And then probably a fucking warrior will spawn in there or something.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, I can just walk in and deal with that. 15 turns, it says, on the Hanging Gardens. Can I change this around? No.
2 turns until you get a new citizen, though.
If I move things around like this, that's still 2 turns. Still 2 turns.
So, yeah, in 2 turns, then you can beef it up by 2 more.
Where was he before? Was he on here before?
No, you had the sheep.
All right, I'll stick on the sheep for now. Okay, cool. Let's go next turn. Granaries are building. This guy's all right. It's good to have a little scout patrolling my borders. As soon as I've cleared this top area, I'll think about throwing a settler up here somewhere. Reason is because it has got unique luxury, and I know it's tundra, and the tile yields are pretty crappy.
Up there, not down and in the middle. By the river.
This is going to be like Barbarian Central. That's the problem if I don't do something about it. And I haven't scoured any of this, so I'm a little bit scared.
I guess there's no
it.
new luxuries down there, because it's just salt.
I suppose my back is against the wall up here, and I don't need a city up here. I still don't think it would be bad. I genuinely don't think
whale.
The resources are that bad.
Yeah, you get stone, which is more faith.
Tundra with forest is okay.
Food.
You know, tundra with deer is pretty
hills,
good.
You've got a whale. Yeah, it's not too
basic
bad.
tundra is bad. It's like basic desert. It's trash. But a lot of this tundra with forest is okay. And tundra hills are okay. Tundra hills are hills.
Yeah.
You know, they're no different to a plains hill or a desert
you can't put
hill.
a farm on them for
no,
food.
but you don't often. I'm not putting farms on my hills anyway.
Eventually you will, though, right?
Well, these might have resources in them.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is that where do I put this city? Because, you know, do I put it here?
Put it on the hill, yeah.
It's too squashed up
you
against
can't
that.
really too close.
It's not on a river. You know, there's no mountain. It's not a great location. Down here, there is a river.
Could you put it off the coast and then use a fishing boat from your other coastal city to work the whales?
I could, yeah, absolutely. I could send a fishing boat round. So I could set it up here or here. But then it's too close to my capital. So I'm a bit sort of. I think here might be all right. I know it's a bit isolated, but
yeah.
I mean, it could get. It'll get
fish there as well.
2 camps, fish. It'll grow fine. It'll do
not
fine.
too bad.
So I mean that is my. I think that maybe is my 5th city spot. I will scout around here.
There might be some more stuff down there. There's jungle, which is good for science.
I will scout down there first. Yeah. Let's grab that. Nice. Whew. Well, that has cleared out that mess anyway. I'll build that. It's a barbarian boat, which is obviously not ideal. It seems that barbarian boats, in my experience, don't actually destroy your fishing boats.
Don't they?
No, which is nice. I always go with food. Here.
Food, yeah, that's not bad.
Because now I'm not building settlers anymore. It's going to help me grow more. I can now work this tile as well and get even more food. So I've got 4 pop. So let's put them in there. Let's get the pasture up on here. And I'm fairly happy with how this is going. Hanging Gardens is 10 turns away. I think I'm going to get it. I've nearly got a religion. 134 faith is minimum required. So basically the way it works is...
and then you maybe get it every turn after that.
It's a 25% chance I'll get it. No, sorry. It's a 5% chance I'll get it above 134.
Mm-hmm. But
every one above I am, there's 1% chance increased every turn.
Right.
So as the more faith I get, the chances go up until I'm 100%, and then I definitely get it. But you'll usually get it way before that. So yeah, getting a religion. Bam. Well, there we go. Straight away. No messing around. Now, when you're in a multiplayer game, much like a pantheon, if you're the first to found a religion, stuff goes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, so you can't found yours based on what other people choose. So the good ones are always... People are always confused by what the good ones are.
Yeah, none of them sound very good.
The best one is Tithe.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, right? This one is actually okay, because culture is better than gold, right?
Right.
But it is in other civilizations,
Yeah,
so
you
you're
gotta
going to
spread
have
it.
to spread it, okay? That is an issue. This one isn't terrible. This one isn't terrible. This one is terrible.
Yeah.
This one is terrible. This one is terrible. And this one is fairly crap. And this one is fairly crap. So I think there's only really 4 choices here. In a 6-player game, we're only going to be able to make 4 anyway. So Tithe, World Church, Ceremony Burial, or Church Property. These aren't the worst. Church Property is kind of a crappier version of Tithe.
Yeah.
Church Ceremony Burial does give you a bit of happiness. If you're a happiness, happy Civ, then you want to get happiness. You want to grow a bit more.
But yeah, you only get extra 2 happiness in your whole civ if you've got 4 cities, which is pretty bad.
It's not great. Anyway, I'm lucky enough to be first, so Tithe it is. Follow a belief. The best one here is pagodas. Okay?
Yeah.
It just is.
2 happiness.
You get 2 happiness. Just almost as good as mosques. 1 happiness instead of an extra faith. So you get an extra faith out of them, but happiness. With these buildings, they cost faith to build. You don't want to build them too late into the game, or else you're not going to get value. This game is only going on for a couple of 100 turns. If it costs you 170 faith to build, and they only get 2 back, you're not going to. They're not really going to pay for themselves.
Pay for itself.
But you do obviously get culture and happiness back as well. So having these are pretty cool. So getting one of them is a really good idea. The other good things, you will obviously want a second follow a belief later, which we probably won't get to, but we might do because we've got so much fucking faith coming in. The other good ones are, let's see. So Divine Inspiration is actually pretty good. Each World Wonder provides +2 faith. I'm going to have 1 at least.
Is that ones that you control?
Yes.
Right.
So that's pretty good. If that's pretty good. Let's start at the beginning. Those shrines giving happiness. I haven't built any, but it's not terrible. Temples giving culture. It's not great, but it's not terrible. If you build temples, sure. Again,
I mean, Shrines one's pretty good though. It's like you're guaranteed like 4 happiness, pretty much.
well, only if you build shrines.
Yeah. But when you get to a point where you're like building happiness buildings that you need happiness for, that's like an extra one you can build, and that's really cheap as well.
That's true. The better one though is this
Peace Gardens,
gardens building happiness and temples providing happiness
Yeah,
too.
they're both good.
I mean, you get double the value out of those ones, and mostly, in the mid game, it's actually a bit better. You get twice. It's twice as effective.
What about religious community? Is that good?
Religious community
often pick that
is one of the best ones there is. Yeah.
Right.
So this is terrible because you'll just always be at war in multiplayer. This is pretty good. Temples is pretty good. This is terrible. Hermitage, just no one ever does tourism.
Yeah.
And this is really too late.
And is that Hermitage is a wonder, right?
Hermitage is a national one.
Oh, national
that you
wonder,
build
okay.
when you have enough like amphitheaters or whatever, opera houses or whatever it is, everywhere. It's a bit weird. Holy Warriors is no good. Guruship is no good. Feed the World is okay. I'm actually going to go with the pagodas because it's a really safe bet. If you can get it, get it. It's the best one. Otherwise, there's a lot of choice here. You can do it badly.
Is it ever worth getting more than one building, like pagodas and monasteries? Or you just maybe you just can't ever afford to build both of those with your
You
faith?
can, and it's sometimes okay, but I find that it's probably overkill. But
Right.
it depends. I mean, bear in mind, they do provide happiness. And that is almost as good as these ones.
But the Peace Gardens is going to be better than that because of the double.
Only if you're building gardens.
Which you should be.
Which you can only build on rivers.
That's true, yeah. I guess if you have the rivers.
If you're building this one is on a river, this one is on a river.
All 3 I'll say.
I've been lucky. Yeah. But I probably should be building gardens. Gardens aren't as important though, really, for cities that are a bit I can't even build it yet. For cities that aren't generating great people.
That's true, yeah. It's probably only worth it on like.
So once I build this wonder, it will start making some great people. Oh no, maybe this one doesn't have great people points. I must admit, I have no idea how great people points work, and I don't really care.
I think wonders and certain buildings given to you.
Right. Okay. Cool.
And then you upgrade them to gardens give you like plus 25%.
Oh, right.
So you get more.
Okay. Sorry, I'm going quiet. So I met the Zulus. They're
Oh,
around
there's
here.
a settler there.
That is a settler coming
There's chocolate.
to settle probably here,
Oh, that'd be a good place to look. There's chocolate.
which is a bit unfortunate. Oh, I don't like this.
Oh no! Send your archer down there.
I think it's fine.
Kill him.
That is a bit scary because if someone had, well, maybe it's a good example for a game. Okay, let's
Oh.
see. So he's going to settle there, and there's very little I can
What a
do about it.
jerk! Let's get on the hill.
I guess
At
I
least
can
you
get
can't
on the
sit
good
on the hill.
spot and stop him getting on the good spot.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a pretty lame thing to do, honestly. But, you know, if Sweden had seen that good spot, they would have put a settler on there. And
Yeah.
it would have forced me to go somewhere else, like not on the good spot.
Yeah, it's a good tactic.
And, you know, I would have had to try and fight them off, which would have been a real pain in the arse to do. But it's a legit thing in multiplayer. So where's
He's
he
getting
going to go?
close to you, though, isn't he?
He's going to go even closer, which
You might have to
is
take the city out.
not very good. We could take him out. We'll see. Anyway, so let's see. So my standard thing is to build the caravan. Oh, I see it. I've already
Yeah,
started
you've
building the
used your
caravan there.
trade routes up.
So I've only got one trade route. Right, let's finish writing, and then shift-click sailing. Actually, I have to finish writing. Shift-click sailing. It looks like it's just been doing research without me really paying attention for a while, which is a bit annoying.
Has it?
Yeah.
What's it done?
Why are these green? Oh, because they're researchable. I see. It started. I think I clicked on education back in the day.
Oh,
and
right.
it was just sort of working its way through.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can click and then left click and then shift click to queue up something else.
It hasn't researched anything that you didn't want, though, has it?
No, I don't think so. Anyway, the reason I'm getting sailing is because it's got a free trade route on it.
Right.
The other ones with free trade routes, I think engineering. Yeah.
Certain wonders give you them as well. Like the Petra gives you one.
Is there one on compass? No. Yes, there is compass. And then obviously certain wonders like Petra will give you one, and the Great Lighthouse I think or something like that will give you one. Where's the Great?
Are you going for the Petra? Because you can research currency now.
Gains additional trade route slot.
That city would be a production powerhouse.
I think I probably should, but it's a lot of risk, and I think that for the sake of this game, we'll pretend.
No one's gone Desert Folklore yet, though.
All right, fine, cool. No, they haven't. That's true. All right. Well, the thing is, it's. I don't want to set my plan back too much. You know.
Right.
My,
you
my
want to get
research back.
Your science is pretty low.
I need to get these. I need to get the libraries up and the trade routes up and things like that.
Right.
So in my second city, I can build a worker. I shouldn't really be building any more workers.
Yeah, you want to focus
in
your
my capital
on useful stuff.
I've decided to do this thing.
Yeah.
So no longer will my capital build settlers or workers or caravans or anything like that. Anything like that can be built in my other cities. This city is now about
culture,
about getting those
beauty.
key buildings, or helping out getting other key buildings. And I can, if I want, to some extent, wonder spam in it. Now I've started to do it. It's not the end of the world.
It's grown.
Okay,
Capital has grown.
I mean, I'm getting towards the point now.
There he goes.
There he goes. Right, I'm getting to the point now where I'm thinking, okay, this is kind of.
Should you expand to those horses? Oh, it's too late. Yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of at a point where I'm sort of coming to the end of the early game though now.
Yeah.
I've established my area, which is my area.
Time 47 is like quite quick though.
Well, I think this is all it takes though. This is the key time of the game where you establish what your foothold is. They are not going to attack me in this time, but I need to start thinking about what if they did. As you've noticed, the granary's finished, so this thing's now growing on its own.
Right, yeah. It's got the silver as well,
which is great.
Which you could improve.
Which I need to improve, yeah. Well, this guy's finished, so I can probably send him over to it. The worker's going to work on these tiles. I don't really need to improve any more tiles around here.
When do you start thinking about roads then?
When do I start thinking about roads?
Building roads.
Roads tend to happen when
you run out of tiles to improve.
When cities are big enough,
right?
And it sort of will start happening a little bit later, but I'll notice it because Well, I'll tell you. What happens is basically after a certain amount of time in multiplayer, I start putting my workers on automated because I don't care anymore, and I'm too busy doing other stuff. I can't manually micro my workers around. So what happens is I put them on automated, and then at a certain point they start building roads, and I'm like, oh, okay, I better build roads now. And so then I start building roads. It's kind of that kind of attitude towards it. But usually, once they've got about 4 pop or 3 pop, it actually starts becoming worth it. Is what I've found. Certainly not at this stage though, but it's getting close to this stage.
So when were you thinking about your 4th city?
Well, let's get the hanging gardens out first, and I don't know. Look, I think we'll just see what we're going. We know that we need a worker to get this city set up better, and we know that this thing needs the caravan. We know that we want sailing, and we then want another trade route going to get this city, start getting the city massive. So maybe I shouldn't wait too long, honestly. But currently, I feel like there's a few little pressing things that are important. This city coming down here is a bit annoying. But
not too bad though, because you probably weren't going to build there anyway.
Well, I was thinking about it, wasn't I?
I guess and now you saw the chocolate and bananas, that might be good, but it doesn't matter too much. You have got a spot up there that's fine.
I do want it. So I think what I'll probably do is it's a bit of a good staging post for him, to attack.
I guess if you wanted to take the city, it may have been a better idea to let him take the nice tile.
Him building here,
because then you're eventually going to get it.
That's true. That's true. Him building here, I'm going to probably that means I would have to raise it.
Yeah.
And that would mean that this is a tricky thing, but this might happen in a multiplayer game. What happens if this does happen in a multiplayer game? Should you let him build on that good tile? Maybe.
More defense
if you know you want to take it. Maybe you just shout at him in the political game and you say, no,
don't you dare settle there.
Yeah, that's my area. Right, well, there's Hanging Gardens. Fantastic. That's great news. We've managed to secure that. We won the race against however many other people. Now the city's going to grow like the clappers.
Yeah.
Something wrong.
Something wrong.
Oh no.
What's wrong?
So I went for delicatessen.
Delicatessen.